This morning on DC News Now, the rain is gone, but temperatures are rising. We're tracking your holiday forecast hour by hour. Whether you're driving or flying, today is the busiest day for Thanksgiving travel. We are live from Reagan Airport, helping you reach your destination on time. The clock is ticking to stock up on groceries, but don't panic. We're stretching your dollar on a last-minute trip to the store. Plus, helping you find your purpose.
Why am I doing this thing? And that reason might change, so it's okay, but always understand your why.
How figuring out your meaning in life can impact your mental and physical health.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, you're at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to start off with a live look over the mixing bowl this morning. That's in Springfield, Virginia. You can see the movement out there, but today is expected to be the busiest travel day, one of the busiest travel days of the year. Now, Lex is live at Reagan National Airport, so we're going to have her come up. She's going to tell us about what's going on there, and I'll be tracking your commute. But Jackie, let's just talk about the roads.
Yeah.
I mean, the weather.
I could talk about the roads, too. If you're
I've got the roads on my mind.
I don't think I could talk about the roads, though. I mean, because that's Shanika's typically talking about that. But in terms of weather out there this morning, much drier, so at least we don't have to worry about that. What we do have to worry about is the fact that we are starting off with some patchy dense fog in some locations. So we didn't see that on that Springfield live camera of the roadways. But again, we are seeing it in Hagerstown, but at least this live look over Hagerstown is improvement compared to what we saw over the last 30 minutes or so. So at least we can make out a little bit more of this camera shot. We can at least see that parking lot there, as well as a little bit more of the roadway and a little bit more of those cars going at this point. But not only are we seeing that low visibility up towards Hagerstown, we're seeing that up and down the I-81 corridor and over towards the Shenandoah Valley. So please take it slow. Dense fog advisory remains in effect till 10 a.m. Now through the day today, we'll see those high temperatures nearing 60 with some more of that sunshine emerging later today. More details on this coming up. Shanika's back with a look at the roadways. How's it looking out there this morning?
All right, let's check out the Capitol Beltway. This is the inner and outer loop right near 97, Maryland 97. That's Georgia Avenue. You can see the flow, but you are going to see some on and off delays. So do expect to just take it easy and leave a little bit early. We have a crash, and that is off of right in Aspen Hill. So that is right off of New Hampshire Avenue, Randolph Road, and Kip Mill. We have an overturned vehicle, but it doesn't seem like it's causing much of an issue for commuters. And for your drive times, you are looking pretty good on the 70 heading east and west out of Washington and Frederick County. But from Frederick to the Capitol Beltway, it's going to run you 35 minutes. But the outer loop, that is what is slow. It's going to take you 20 minutes.
All right, your time right now is 8:02. Taking a look at the mixing bowl right now, it's again one of the busiest travel days of the year with a lot of folks who are heading out for their Thanksgiving Day destinations. Now, for flyers, TSA is expecting about 2 million people to fly today as well. We're going to take a look at Reagan National Airport. You can see it's a bit foggy in the skies for them, but Lex Warris is live at the airport this morning for those folks who are at the airport right now. And Lex, for those travelers, how is it for them at this hour?
Right. Well, it's not too bad over in the security line. You can see people still coming in the departure lane here to start getting on their way to their destinations. I'm standing here with Emily McGee. She works with the Airports Authority. What are some tips for travelers as you have today?
Well, we expect today to be a very busy day. So we suggest people get here to the airport as early as they can and be patient. The security lines are going to grow and diminish as the day goes on, back and forth as the flights are coming and going. But people should just get here early.
Right. And we were looking earlier on the website, flyreagan.com. It's still showing less than 10 minutes in any security line. So that's a great news for travelers. But for people, as they're on their way here to the airport, there are some things that they can do to make sure that they have a smoother time getting here before they even get to that security checkpoint.
Well, the first thing is on your way to the airport, if somebody's dropping you off or if you're driving, check the website, flyreagan.com. We've got live security wait times for all of our checkpoints, and it might guide you to go to one or the other because one might be much longer than the other. So people should do that. And of course, we also recommend take that public transportation if you can.
Right. And for those people who might be driving themselves to the airport, parking here, I know there are some certain guidelines and things that they can do to make that a little bit easier as well.
Our parking garages still have some space available. Again, you can track that on flyreagan.com for real-time availability. We do expect that they will fill up, but we suggest people make reservations because reservations are honored even if the garages are full. But we also have, if you're dropping people off, the express drop-off area, which will keep you away from the terminal, and it's just follow the purple signs and a great place to drop somebody off.
Right, and as you are making those reservations, Emily was telling me here earlier to go on flyreagan.com and make those reservations for parking, especially if you are flying for Christmas. Now, I know we're only in Thanksgiving, but that does get pretty full here, so we want to make sure that people are able to park and get here and get to their destination, not having to turn around after they get to the airport for a lack of parking. For now, live at DCA, I'm Lex Juarez. Back to you guys.
All right, drop your loved ones off and keep it moving. Lex, thank you. Time right now is 8:05. With all that holiday travel, many travelers are looking out for delays and cancellations as well. As a reminder, there are a number of rights travelers are entitled to. The Transportation Department touted new traveler protections yesterday. The 10 largest U.S. airlines are now guaranteeing hotels, meals, and free rebooking when airlines issue delays or cancellation flights.
And tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and this evening marks one of the busiest nights for bars with high drinking rates. So Montgomery County is rolling out its Vision Zero effort to prevent death and injury on its roadways. They're establishing sobriety checkpoints and patrols through New Year's. And starting today, the Motor Vehicle Administration Highway Safety Office is giving away free Lyft ride credits to Marylanders. 1,000 people will be able to receive $20 in credit. And starting today at 4 p.m., they can claim the credit through the Lyft app. Just go to the payment menu in the app and select Add Lyft Pass. Credits are only available while supplies last and will expire 24 hours after being claimed if they are not used. Fairfax County Police say charges are pending after a DUI crash involving 7 teens.
Yeah, it happened around 5 o'clock Monday morning in Merrifield. Police say the teens range in ages between 13 to 17 years old. They tell us several of them attend George C. Marshall High School. Detectives believe alcohol and speeding were factors in the crash. We spoke with a man who says he stepped in to help after 5 of the teens were thrown out of the SUV.
Found one in that brush pile, and then we found another youngster on the other side. It wasn't something I would want anyone to have to experience.
Police say the teen driver, who was not licensed, was arrested after the crash. It isn't clear, though, if and when he will face charges for driving under the influence.
Police released the names of the 2 elementary school students hit and killed on Monday. They say 10-year-old Shala Maba and 5-year-old Sky Sosa were killed in that crash. The children were walking to Riverdale Elementary School when they were hit by a van around 8 a.m. Police say a 3rd man was injured as well, and the woman driving the van remained on the scene.
When I turned around, I heard people say they hit the kids, and then I got really scared. I saw the boy and someone had him in their arms.
2 families, friends, or without their children today.
Parents and school staff are pushing for a crossing guard at the school to address the problem. And DC police are asking for the public's help in identifying the man right there on your screen. They say he was involved in a shooting on November 9th. It happened on Delafield Place in the Petworth area. A $10,000 reward is available for information leading to an arrest. And D.C. is breaking a 20-year record for the number of homicides in a single year. So far this year, there's been 250 people. They've been killed in D.C., according to police. And
the last time the city saw this number of people who were killed in a year was back in 2003, and that is when police say 248 people were murdered. Taking a look at the numbers, since last year, D.C. has seen about a 35% increase in homicides this year. Now, robberies are also up about 67%, according to officials. Motor vehicle thefts also about almost doubled. There's also been a 27% increase in overall crime. A bill to extend D.C.'s youth crime and opioid emergencies is on its way to Mayor Bowser's desk. Bowser declared those public emergencies last week. However, emergency declarations only last for about 15 days in D.C. unless the council approves an extension. With this newly passed bill, the public emergencies on youth crime and opioids will last until the end of January. All the legislation needs is Mayor Bowser's signature.
And meantime, D.C. council members unanimously passed an emergency bill to keep the Office of Juvenile Justice Facilities oversight open. The bill keeps the office open until September of next year, and the office was originally set to close 2 weeks ago. D.C. Council members say it's important to keep the oversight office open since more young people are committing crime and being arrested. The office is meant to make sure detention centers are properly staffed and maintained.
All right, time right now is 8:09. With Election Day officially in the rearview mirror, incoming members of the Virginia Assembly are already trying to turn their ideas into action. Democrats have pre-filed measures that would preserve abortion rights in the Virginia Constitution, ban the sale or possession of new assault weapons, and increase the state minimum wage. Meantime, Republicans have filed a bill that would repeal a law that ties Virginia to vehicle emission standards adopted by California.
We heard loud and clear from Virginia voters that women value their the right to make their own reproductive health care decisions. They don't want to lose their rights. They like the status quo, and they don't want Virginia law to change. And that constitutional amendment would basically sort of leave in place Virginia law the way it is for future generations.
Republican House Speaker Todd Gilbert responded to Democrats calling their legislation extreme.
And turning now to the Middle East, Israel's cabinet is approving a ceasefire deal with the militant group Hamas.
Yeah, this means the weeks-long war would stop for a short time. Now, under this deal, Hamas is meant to free 50 of the estimated 240 hostages in Gaza. Despite the ceasefire, Israel's prime minister says the country will continue its offense against Hamas after it ends.
There is idle talk outside as if after the truce to return our abductees, we will stop the war. So I'd like to make it clear. We are at war and we will continue the war. We will continue the war until we achieve all of our objectives, eliminate Hamas, return all our abductees and missing persons, and ensure that there will be no element in Gaza that threatens Israel.
And despite this statement, other Israeli officials say the truce will extend 1 day for every 10 additional hostages released.